Hey Facebook, how's your Friday? Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's let a couple people get on and then we are going to get started in a couple seconds. I'm getting all of our stuff up and running. Hey Adrian, how's it going? Okay, let's see. Okay, we got it. So how's everybody doing? How's your Friday? This is the hey Jason and Rebecca and Kelly, and we got a lot of people coming on. So hey everybody. So how's your Friday? How's it going? It's nice. It's warmer out here, which is great. I'm so excited about that. And anyways, pretty much I just wanted to talk to you guys about what's going on in the real estate market. I know a lot of people ask, especially ask us realtors, hey, how's the market doing? Is it going good? Is it bad? You know, are we in a buyer's market? Are we in a seller's market? What are we in? So anyways, I'm going to tell you guys what it is. One thing we didn't do last year is we did not keep you guys informed. So this is something that we're doing every single month. I'm sitting and pulling stats, guys. It takes a while to get all these stats, so I'm really excited about it. And we are just going to dive in. A lot of times you guys will see people be like, oh, the market's hot. You guys need to sell now. And then some people are like, no, the market sucks, you know? And you're like, really, what is it? Well, guys, it's crazy. Like when you look at the numbers, it really is crazy. Like you will have one neighborhood and this neighborhood is popping. Like, I mean, something goes up and it is just flying off the market. The neighborhood across the street, nothing's happening. So why is that? What is it? All of that fun stuff. So we're going to try a new tool today. So bear with me. I'm going to share my screen. So I'm going to make this happen. Hi, everybody. And what we're going to do is we're going to go into these numbers. So I pulled everything that has happened within the last 30 days in the market so that we can see really what's going on. So anyways, let me find this and we'll figure out how to make this happen. I might have to get my assistant Adrian back in here in a second to figure it out. Because now, let's see. Where's it at? I don't even know. Okay, Adrian, you're going to have to come save me. So we're going to wait till Adrian gets back in here. But pretty much what we're going to do is I did it off of school districts. So there's going to be 4 major school districts we're going to go over today. The first one's going to be Mustang School District. The second one is going to be Yukon School District. Then we're going to look at Edmond and what's happening in Edmond. And then we're also going to go into Piedmont and go over what's happening in Piedmont. Here's my amazing assistant, Adrian. Say hi to everybody. Okay, see, it's gone. See, she's figured it out, making it happen. So anyways, the first market that we're going to look into is the Mustang market. And we're going to, I know, we're losing everybody. It's fun. Hey, welcome to Facebook Live and all the craziness that can happen on Facebook Live. So where our button was, it's not there anymore to share the screen. And we like went over this, but it's fun how it happens. So anyways, let's go over into the Mustang market. I'm going to start telling you the numbers, and then when we figure out how to share the screen, I'll show you. So this is what's really interesting. So in the Mustang market, let me look at this. It's crazy what's happening. So in the Mustang School District, from when you get to, let's say, if you have a house from 0 to right under 100,000, there is 4 months of inventory on the market. So there are four active listings, 1 pending, 1 is only sold, and 18 have sold in the last 6 months. The average list price is around $90,000, and the average sold price is $80,000. So those houses are only selling at like an 88.9% ratio, which means from list to sell. And they're only staying on the market for 3 days. So these are like flying off the market. What's really interesting is when you get to like 100,000 to like 125,000, there's not enough inventory on the market in Mustang. There are only 4 listings, but 10 are selling a month. So we need, if you have a house that you are like thinking about selling in the Mustang School District, and it's on that between the $100,000 to $125,000, like, you got to get it on the market, because it is, I mean, these houses are selling like crazy. Then what's interesting is it's pretty good. The next like price brackets are like 2 months, 5 months, 4 months. But what's interesting is whenever you get to the sales price of $200,000 to $225,000, once you get there, it jumps up from 5 to 4 months of inventory to 10 months of inventory. So pretty much like why we want to know what's happening is because whenever people say buyer market or seller market, let me kind of tell you what that means. A buyer's market, anything if we see that it's like 0 to 4 months of inventory, and this is like a general rule of thumb, 0 to 4 months of inventory, what that means is that it is a seller's market. If it's about 4 to 7 months, we're kind of balanced. So it's not a seller, it's not a buyer, it's balanced. If it is 7 and up though, you're in a total buyer's market. So this is showing right here, just in the Mustang School District, from 0 to, let's say, 200,000 sales price, you're pretty well in a seller's market to a kind of going to a balanced market. But when you jump up to 200,000 to 225, you are already in a buyer's market because there's 10 months of inventory. It jumps from 5 to 10 months. So that's pretty incredible. Then you go from 225 to around 250. And what's happening is it goes back down to 5 months of inventory. So it goes from 200,000 to 225, 10 months of inventory. Then 225 to 250, 5 months of inventory. So if you have a house at, let's say it's 223, you actually might want to bump that up to get that into the 225 section, because you're going to have less houses to compete against. So it's pretty interesting on how this is happening. And then when you get to like 250 to like 275, 8.5 months of inventory. 275 to 300,000, 14 months of inventory, guys. So sometimes you're wondering, why is this not happening? What's going on? It's crazy. Then we go over to 300,000 to 300,000 to 350,000, 27 months of inventory. Can you believe that? So it is very, very important to see. It's not that these houses can't sell or that the houses are going to take that long to sell, but it's very, very important that you're not just putting it on the market to test out the market. That is not a market to test it out. You better price it right. You better price it aggressively. You better there's 3 things that sell a house. Number 1, condition. You're responsible for that. Number 2, marketing. We're responsible for that. And number 3 is your price. And I really think that that's like the most important, is the price, because sometimes you can have crappy conditions, but if the price is low enough, people will pay for it because they can fix it up. So it is really important to see this and check this out and check what these numbers are doing. And I will also post, if we're not able to share the screen for you guys, and we'll figure it out. But if we're not able to, I will make sure I post all of this down. And then also, if you guys want to like leave me your email address, I can also send it out to you as well. But we will post this if for some reason we can't get it on. So anyways, the other thing about this, Chris Green, you had actually said, I'm going to sell my house for $249. Yeah, so in that 225 to 249, I mean, it's crazy. There's 58 houses on the market, 7 pending, 11 have closed within the last 30 days, and in the last 6 months, 55 have closed. So yeah, it's a pretty balanced market where you're at. What's really interesting is whenever you get to, in the Mustang School District, whenever you get to, let's see, it is 250 to 275, where we have about 8.5 months of inventory, all the way to 400,000. You'll have 14 months, 18 months, 13 months of inventory. But whenever you get over to 400,000, this is what's crazy, guys. 400,000 to 450, okay? 5 months of inventory. It goes back from a solid buyer's market on multiple price ranges straight over to back to a balanced market. It's unbelievable. It's really crazy how that's happening. Only 5 months of inventory is happening there. There's 11 active listings right now, 1 pending, 2 have sold within the last 30 days, and 11 have sold within the last 6 months. So it's really, really interesting. I love this data that we are pulling. The other thing that's interesting, which I'm going to show you guys, is like our days on market. I have days on market for all of this, so it's great. So that right there is the Mustang School District. Now let's go over to Yukon. What's happening in Yukon? Now you would think, hey, Mustang, Yukon, they're kind of close together. What's happening there? Let me tell you, completely different. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable how you can just cross into a different school district in what's happening there. So what's happening in Yukon, this is interesting. So whenever you get to the 0 to about 100,000, they only have a month and a half of inventory. So they don't have a lot of inventory. There's 3 listings available right now in all of the Yukon schools in that price range. 2 have gone pending. 2 have sold. So, I mean, as fast as they are coming, they're going. So if you have an investment property, if you have something in that price range, good market for that. This is what's interesting though. You go to 100,000 to 125,000, you go to that, there's 0.1 months of inventory. Okay? 0.1. You know what that means? It's crazy. Like, it's literally hitting the market. Probably I would expect multiple offers at that point. It's crazy. There's only 1 active listing in Yukon school district that is 100,000 to 125. 1 active. 6 have gone pending right now, and 7 have sold in the last 30 days. So they need more houses in that area. If you go to about 125 all the way to about 200,000, you've got about 2 to 3 months of inventory right now. So, I mean, all of that right there is a solid seller's market. So for sellers, that's great. For buyers, we want to find that house and we want to act on it. That's why we got to make sure that you're pre-approved ahead of time. And this right here lets you know you really need to be working with a realtor, because see, Zillow and Trillia and Realtor.com, all of that stuff, the reason you want to be working with a realtor, especially in a market like that for your buyers, is because see, whenever that property hits the market, we know about it instantly because it's through MLS. Well, Zillow, Trillia, Realtor.com, all of them, they get their information from MLS, but that takes time. And it could take 24 hours, it could take 48 hours to syndicate. It's not like an automatic syndication. It hits MLS, it goes to Zillow. There's a lot of things that have to go through just to get to that point. So if you're with a realtor and they've got your search set up and they find out, bam, this property just hit the market, and then you guys go out, you schedule a showing and you go see it, you can see it before everybody in Zillow and everybody else catches it. So it's really, really, really important, especially when you're in a market like that, to work with a realtor, and that's very important. What's also interesting is whenever you get to about 200,000 to about 275, it's pretty balanced. It's between 5 to 7 months of inventory. But whenever you get to 275 to 300,000, it's 8 months of inventory. It's crazy. And then you go to 300,000 to 350, and the inventory is back to 4 months. So it's so interesting to me how that's happening, and that shows you why some neighborhoods are like just popping and other neighborhoods aren't. So right now you really have to get down to the nitty-gritty, to the numbers, and really have a professional working with you to see what is happening. Then whenever you get, this is what's interesting in Yukon, When you get to 350 all the way to $1 million, there's barely anything. Like, I mean, nothing. There's a lot of listings coming up. I mean, at 350 to 400, there's 7 listings, but only one's pending and nothing has closed within the last 30 days. So I'm going to be really interested there. From 400 to 450 in Yukon, there are 9 houses on the market, but only 2 have sold or are pending, are under contract. Is pending equals under contract in our realtor world. And but on closings in the last 30 days, nothing. And in the last 6 months, only 3. So I'm going to be really interested to see kind of what that part of that market is going to be doing, because there's not a lot going on right there. And so in Yukon, but if you go back to Mustang was still happening. So that's really, really interesting. So that is what's crazy there. Now let's get to even more craziness about the market. Edmond. Now, I really think Edmond can be a whole nother world, especially when I pulled the numbers. Edmond is going nuts. Do you know that in Edmond right now, there is a total of 977 active listings? Let that sit in for a second. 977 active listings are on the market in Edmond School District. Do you know how many are of the 977? Do you know how many of those are under contract or pending? Only 254. That's it. And in the last 30 days, only 208 have actually sold. So in Edmond Schools, 977 is how many is on the market. 254 is what has gone under contract, but only 208 have actually made it to the closing table and sold so far. So that is unbelievable what is happening in Edmond. And if you are in Edmond, you have got to know these numbers or get with someone who does, because it is imperative how quick. And guys, the market can change every 90 days. That's what we always say, that every 90 days the market changes. But sometimes when we're pulling these numbers, every month they are changing. And so it's crazy. So let me tell you, whenever you get to in Edmond from about 0 to 275,000, big jump. So 0 to 275,000. You're looking at 2 months inventory. We're looking at, check this out, from 1,000 or 100,000 to 125,000. We're looking at 0.4 months of inventory. That's a half of a month of inventory. What, 15 days? That's not a lot of inventory. Right now, there's only 4 active listings from 100,000 to 125, and there's 8 under contract and 9 have closed in the last 30 days. So they got to get some more on the market fast. 125 to 150, 1 month of inventory. 150 to 175, 1.7 months inventory. And it just keeps on going till you get to about 250 to 275, you're at 3 months inventory. So that's pretty interesting. But then this is where it starts changing. 275 to 300,000 in Edmond, you are looking at 5.7 months inventory. So you're going from that solid seller's market, you start getting kind of balanced. The average days on market for those houses is 91 days. So you've got about, a little bit of time. But then you go to 300,000 to 350, and you guys are around, let's see, 4.5 months inventory, average days on market 78, and then it jumps. This is where the tables turn, okay? 350 to 400,000 in Edmond School District. There are 101 listings on the market. And, 125, sorry. 20 pending, 10 have closed, 12.5 months of inventory. That's over a year of inventory just in that little deal of 350 to 400,000. So let's say you have your house on the market for like 355. You better get it under 350. Because you're going from a 12.5 month inventory to a 4.4. I would rather sell in a 4.4 and you have more buying power and more selling power in that than you would in the upper one. Then you get to 400,000 to 450 and you are at 7.5 months of inventory. So you're kind of on that verge of starting that buyer's market. And then you go to 450 to 500, 19 months of inventory. 500 to 600, 6 months inventory. So it drops back down, but then you get from 600 to $1 million and you are up there. I mean, one of them is over 2 years to 3 years worth of inventory on the market from 600,000 to $1 million. So I've got little bracket, deals from there. So it's pretty interesting. And again, for anyone that's just joined us, since we haven't figured out how to share our screen, no big deal. We will, I'll post all of these in the comments so that you guys can actually see what's happening. So now let's get to our last one. So we've gone through Mustang School District, we've gone through Yukon School District, and we've gone through Edmond. Now let's get through Piedmont. Now, some people are like, why Piedmont? Guys, it's not the little town that you thought it was anymore. Some people are saying it could be the new Deer Creek. I don't know. But I've done some open houses out in Piedmont and it kind of seems like it. And what's happening is Edmond's getting so crowded. I mean, come on guys, let's look at it. In Edmond, 977 houses on the market right now in Edmond alone. In Piedmont, there's only 166 houses on the market. Okay. So what's interesting about Piedmont is they still have land, which a lot of people are wanting to find land. It's not outrageously expensive. And it's still like people love, they can still have the small town feel, the school district, all of that stuff, and not the traffic that they're getting in Edmond. Edmond is getting packed. And so unless you start going on the east side of Edmond, or if you start going up closer to Guthrie or up north Edmond to try to get away from the traffic, a lot of people are moving west and they're moving towards Piedmont. So Piedmont's really been up and coming for the last couple years. It's still close to access everything you need to do, especially with the turnpike and expressway. Also, people were moving to Deer Creek. But here's the thing about Deer Creek. Deer Creek has gotten super, super expensive and people didn't want to pay those prices just to be in Deer Creek. Some people do, some people don't. So the ones that didn't have gone down over to Piedmont. So that is why I really want to watch what's happening there. We have things happening in there and it's really interesting what's happening. So in Piedmont, there's a total of 166 houses on the market. 50 are under contract right now. 22 have sold within the last 30 days. And in the last 6 months, they have, in the last 6 months, they've had a total of 236 houses sell. Their average month on inventory is 7.5, but I don't like to totally look at that because these different price breaks really make a difference. So here's what we got is from 100,000 to 125,000. There's only 3 months of inventory available. So you're still holding that seller's market. From 120, it's pretty much from, 100,000 to about 150. They both have 3 months inventory. When you get to 150,000 to 175, you're at about about 5.3 months inventory. So you're pretty balanced. But this is what's interesting. When you get to 200,000, okay, everything changes in Piedmont. From 200,000 to 225, there is 7.5 months of inventory on the market. 7.5 months. When you get to 225 to 250, 8 months inventory. When you get to 250 to 275, it jumps from 8 months inventory to 15 months inventory. That's what's happening there. And then 275 to 300, you're at 6.8 months inventory. And this is crazy. 300,000 to 350 in Piedmont is 20 months of inventory. Guys, that's 2 years, almost 2 years, like shy 4 months of inventory. So that is when it's super, super imperative to see this. So Piedmont, 300, 350, 2 years of inventory, 20 months. 100,000 to 175, 3 months to 5 months of inventory. Isn't that crazy? Like how it can be completely different. Let's go. Here's where it turns though. Once you get past 350, guess what happens? It goes back down. 350 to 400,000, only 5 months of inventory. So we literally, in a $50,000 price break, we went from 20 months inventory to 5. That's it. It's crazy. 400 to 450, 2 months. Like, those are flying off the market. It's crazy. 250 to 500, 6 months. So that just goes to show you that it's really, really important to check out exactly what's happening. Get with someone that knows the numbers. This market's incredible. It's crazy how you go from Piedmont to Edmonds, completely different. Yukon's completely different. Mustang's completely different. And I mean, I could be here all day for all the different towns in all the different cities. So anyways, I hope that helps you guys. If you guys have any questions or anything, let me know. Again, since we couldn't get our screen shared, I'm going to put all of this in the comments for you so that you guys can see it. And then if you actually want like a PDF version, just put your email. You can direct message me. You can put it in the comments, whatever's best for you. And we can shoot you out the PDF. We're going to do this again and kind of see what's happening, what's next, and next month. I'm really, 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 really excited to see what's happening and what's going to go on. If you ever have any questions at all, even if you're not ready to buy or sell, holler at us. We're here. We're an open book. We'd love to help you. We'd love to just help people know what's going on in the market. How's it going? So the question is, are we in a buyer's market? Are we in a seller's market? Are we in a balanced market? We're in all of them. It just depends on what area and exactly, you know, what price range we're in right now. Be sure to get on our Facebook Live event. It is, let me look at our calendar, the 22nd. Monday the 22nd, we are doing a Spotlight Foundation. Each month we're going to spotlight a new foundation. And we are spotlighting Mission Regan. They're absolutely incredible. And they are down in McKinney, Texas. We're actually going to their warehouse. We're going to see what they do. They're unbelievable. If you've missed our videos, we have videos posted from the past where we talked about Mission Regan, pretty much a little recap of Mission Regan. They're an amazing company that pretty much gets all these supplies that we take for granted here. And a lot of our doctors and hospitals have to just throw away. And they transport all those medical supplies to the people who need them. And it's unbelievable. Their stories are, you'll just be in tears. And anyways, I get to actually sit down and talk to the actual co-founders, Josh and Courtney Willis of Mission Regan, and we get to see what they do. And so I can't wait. We're doing that Facebook Live. It's going to be Monday, January 22nd. And we're going to do it around noon again so that you guys can catch all this on your lunch break. And then also, I'm going to be back here on the 5th. Let's see, February 5th. It falls on a Monday. So we are going to be back here. Let's see what happens. We're going to look and we're going to see what's happening from today to the 4th of February. And let's see what this market's doing. And we'll get you guys those numbers. So if you guys need anything, just holler, put it in the comments. And I hope you have a happy Friday. all of you guys that's in Oklahoma, enjoy this warmer weather. We've got it, I think, for a few days. So enjoy it. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye.